I start doing the with my feet. Hey my people, and welcome to anyone who's new. So today is the day we talk about how this happened. I broke my leg. If you've seen my update video, you kind of know what's going on. And the products that I have purchased that if you had told me this year in 2020 that I would be buying, I don't know if I'd believe you. Now, before I hop into it, just real quick, I want to give that reminder to vote. I'm not going to get involved in telling you who to vote for because that is not my job. But be a active constituent, participate, do your research, make sure you're registered, all those things. Please get ready to vote, and not just because it is a presidential election year. No, I'm a big fan of participating every time you can in voting. Alright, let's get into it. Story time. I'm not going to get graphic and tell you every little piece of that, and I don't really want to talk about it. Like, I'm trying not to remember the moment that I broke my leg, and I don't want to get into all those details. No. How I broke this leg. I tried on someone's skates who fit me. I couldn't lace them all the way up, which is a bad sign. But I did, and I was skating back and forth on a back patio that was concrete and roller skating back and forth. I'm going back and forth doing alright. I should have, after like 2 passes, just sat down, take them off. So I'm going back and forth, and then I turn one way, and all of a sudden I start doing the with my feet, which is also a terrible situation. Usually if you're skating, it's better if you can fall forward because you can catch yourself and your feet don't become the issue. So I'm out there and I'm like, I don't know, I can catch. Nah, fell. And my right leg went out, and it went out and it was clear and free, nothing in front of it. Unfortunately, when my left leg went out, there was a raised step in front of me that my foot got caught on. I knew immediately that I was hurt. As soon as I went down, we took the skates off very gently, and my boyfriend looked at it, and he's someone who has some medical training, first aid training, not a lot, but enough that he was like, okay, something's wrong, we need to go and get it checked out. It's either going to be urgent care or it's going to be the ER. The only thing open is the ER. So we head to the ER, and in these moments of traumatic, I'm pretty calm. I didn't really cry. I didn't really freak out. Yeah, there was shock, I'm not gonna lie. I was in the car when the shock really hit, kind of lay back a little bit, got over it, remained calm, because I knew I was hurt, but I didn't know what extent I was hurt. And the reality is, in any emergency, you don't know what extent. So the best thing is to go see someone who can tell you. And we did that. They were very nice. It was very quiet in the ER. There weren't a lot of people. Like, they only take a person and a visitor in at a time. And luckily, so my boyfriend could be with me the whole time, which I was very grateful for. I just feel really lucky that it was only my leg. I didn't have any other injuries, nothing more than that. This is something that I'm young and I can recover from. So that was definitely how I was feeling in the moment. From that night, what they knew is there could be possibly something happening in the ankle, and that I had broken my fibula. It was a clean break. If you don't know what the fibula is, it's the small bone in the leg. I'm not trying to be too graphic. It was something they see a lot and usually will set. But they were worried about what was happening in the ankle, so they only put me in a splint, basically. And lots of ice, lots of elevating, all that jazz. And came back, got a referral for an ortho. When saw the ortho looked at it and saw that there was separation in my ankle. Basically means my ankle wasn't aligned properly, and it would lead to having some really bad arthritis pretty much immediately. And I'm an active person, so that was not going to work for me. My ortho said, you're gonna have to have surgery. I said, all right, that is what it is. I had surgery, all went well, it was smooth. I'm not gonna tell you what they did because I feel like that might be too much. I don't want anyone to feel like, after watching this video. I've had surgery, we're in the healing process. I'm not really on any pain meds as much anymore because I don't really like taking pain meds. They make you foggy, it's not really for me, not my lifestyle. And I'm not really in pain anymore, which is a good thing, personally, I think. And I just know it's healing. There's a lot of feeling odd sensations you probably wouldn't feel if you hadn't broken something. That's about where we're at now, and it's about managing, getting around, trying to make life as easy as possible. The big thing that I do have nearby and that I feel very lucky, very thankful for is I live with my boyfriend, and he has been great. We've gotten to a point where Now I can be pretty independent. I don't need him to do a whole bunch. At first, figuring out crutches, doing all of that, very supportive. I knew that he would be. He's a good person, and I feel very lucky I have family that can help us out and take a little bit of the stress off my boyfriend. Very big thank you to my family and anyone who's sent love. That's what's happening. That's kind of the update. You just feel a little immobile. That's really it, and I'm very lucky that this is the first time truly in my life that I feel that way. I have broken one bone before when I was really little, but when you're a kid, you bounce back really fast. As an adult, not so much. I'm doing good, trying to stay positive, trying to make this a productive and meaningful time. Now, let's talk products. So things you will get right off the bat at the ER. If they don't give them to you at the ER, you can give it at a Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, something like that, is the thing that will help you get around, and that is crutches. Crutches, are a skill you have to learn, really important. And the best advice that the nurse gave me was, when you do this, you want to make sure it properly fits under your arm and to your arm length. And when you are moving, the idea is that your body weight is resting on your hand, not on your armpit up here, because A, your armpit will get really, really sore, but B, you'll have better control of your weight and moving your body if you're resting on your hands when you're using crutches. Something I did not know, something you kind of learn and acquire how to do as you are starting to use crutches, but that has been very helpful. Also, getting up with crutches, not easy. Now, at first, I couldn't do this way where you put your two down and then you lift yourself up on your leg. So if you're starting out, what really helped me with crutches was having two here and then be able to push myself up as such onto my one leg until the muscle really built up in here. And my balance, like I felt confident enough to do that. So that's a little tip from me to you. Stairs. I go up and down on my butt, not gonna lie, just what I do because that's how I feel comfortable. I don't have to use them very much, but it is good to know and get your balance and your bearings with your crutches, I will say. Thing that immediately after, besides crutches, that I started to use was I was, laid up for a few days because I didn't know what was happening. I was in a splint. It wasn't a very secure splint because it was done at the ER. I didn't really want to move my leg knowing I had a broken bone, but I didn't know where we were going from there, that whole situation. And I was pretty swollen. And so I did something known as RICE. If you are an athlete or someone who's gotten hurt quite a few times, you may have heard this. And RICE stands for Rest, Ice, Compression, Elevate. And that is exactly what I did, and that's what they recommended at the ER. So if you can, for the ice, get ice packs. It just makes it easier. You can turn them over. It feels much better on your skin than just ice in a wet bag. And especially if you have something like a splint where you don't really want to get that wet, so an ice pack can be good. I would recommend is to get a couple of those ice packs if you don't have them already. A lot of people have them. Also a lot of pillows to rest and get my leg elevated. That was the big thing. The one thing I didn't buy but was recommended to me, they have those 45-degree angle pillows. They're about $20 or something, and it can just help so you can keep your leg propped up at that 45-degree angle. Now, we got home before my surgery, and here's the thing. I'm pretty active, right? I would work out 5 days a week, and I really like moving my body, but I'm stuck. Like, there is no moving my whole body with this splint on, and I can't put weight on it, right? And I wouldn't because that's not recommended. I did get something, just a little something to make having activity possible in my life, to really keep my cardiovascular where I want it to be. And that was this little under the desk bike. And so you can see I've taped these handles down. It doesn't come like this. I taped them down because I've been using it as what they might call an arm bike or a hand bike. This was affordable, and it's something I use for, 30 minutes to an hour just to get my heart rate up and, get some activity going. Trying to stay as healthy as possible even while I'm down. There's resistance. It does give you kind of information on time, on your calories, on your speed, all that stuff up here. And it works. It's great. It's, you know, not the most expensive thing. They have $20 ones. The $20 ones, though, seem to break a lot. So this one was like 45 or something, maybe 50. Highly recommend if you are stuck with an injury. Let's talk about when you shower, because that is hard when you have a broken leg. With showering, with any kind of bathing, the big thing is you can't get your leg, like I cannot get this splint. What happens is then you have to go in and set an appointment to get splinted again. But B, if this gets wet, basically your skin can get disgusting. Let's just put it that way. Did a lot of research, and for the first few weeks there was a lot of trash bags and tape, but that doesn't work and things can get wet. But this is a leg cast protector. Now, I'm pretty tall and this goes up to my thigh. So this has been really, really, really great. But basically how it works is it's a decent plastic, durable enough. I mean, it's not going to be crazy durable. You can't wear it, I wouldn't wear it swimming or something like that. And then you've got this top part. Basically, this top part goes around your leg. At first it's pretty stiff. Now it's loosened up quite a bit, but it still seals to my leg really well. What the medical assistant recommended was keeping your leg, even if you have like a shower with a shower curtain, keep your leg outside still. Just don't get your leg wet, basically, is the end all be all. Now, always when you get it, check it for puncture holes. Make sure that for some reason it didn't come to you, there wasn't an issue. Outside of that, it has worked incredible. The only thing I'm worried about, honestly, is that this will wear down eventually. Really great leg cast protectors. The other companies, questionable, but this one was top rated and I agree it worked great. The other thing, I mean, you have to sit, you can stand, but I mean, I personally want to sit with this leg out of the shower. One of these really cute bathroom stools has been a savior. I think I got it for like 20-25 bucks and it's great. Hasn't rusted, hasn't even started to rust or even think about rusting. Clothing. The thing I talked about in my update video was bike shorts, and those have been incredible. It is the end of summer, it was very hot. I love them, and I love the bike shorts specifically with pockets because I can put my phone in my pocket and get around. Because if you're home alone or not, and you know, you're with the person you live with, but they're outside doing something, it's handy to have your phone on you in case you fall or something happens. They do recommend to size up, so I will say that to you here. When I was reading through the comments, the ones that I did get them in. Now we are going into fall. The next thing I'm going to look at is maybe just getting a pair of sweatpants. That was recommended to me by someone who has unfortunately had a leg injury before, is that you just get sweatpants and you cut one shorter just to make it easier to go over. Always have pockets in the pants that you're wearing is a recommendation. Have a hoodie with you if you can, and then you've got that extra pocket in your hoodie. That's what I would very much recommend if you can get away with it. The reason I talk about pockets and carrying things, because it's really important to be able to carry stuff with you and do that in a way where you feel comfortable. Now, I had a friend a year and a half ago, that broke their foot really bad, and watching them get around, I learned a lot. And one of the things I learned was have a small backpack with you. I looked around and one of family members picked up for me this backpack right here they got for me at Target. Just wanted something that wasn't super expensive but wasn't super big. This is the larger size. They have this size and a mini size. This was 20 bucks I think at Target. And what I love is it's got pockets here on the side for a water bottle. You know, I take this thing with me everywhere I go. It is my lifeline. This water bottle is everything to me. That is why I chose this backpack over the mini one. Also, it's got a nice front pocket. It's got a inside compartment with pockets on the front and the back. It's also short enough that when I go up and down the stairs on my back, like where it hits me, it doesn't hit the stairs as I go up. Pretty much any backpack will do. Those are the things that have made my life a lot easier. It's not a lot, really. I mean, the activity bike is a personal preference. Really, it's about getting yourself some crutches, If you can and feel like you need one in the backpack, something to protect your leg when you are showering or bathing, and a stool if you need it, if your bathroom doesn't have a place for you to sit. Yeah, those are really the big things. And then other than that, just things to keep me active, to keep me motivated, keep me going. I would recommend all these things if you're looking for, what do I need when I break my leg? I hope this helps for anyone who might have a broken leg out there and wasn't sure what they needed. I'm sorry if you also have a broken leg and you're watching this video, or a broken limb. You'll get through it. That's all you gotta remember. If you are watching this and you don't have a broken leg, thanks for hanging out. But if you have a friend who does, now you know what to get them. You know what I mean? Don't forget to subscribe. Become part of the questing family here. We got a lot going on, clearly. I know there's been a lot of broken leg content recently, but I got some other stuff coming your way soon. Like this video. If you like it, you had a good time, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload on Fridays. Right now we're sticking to definitely Fridays. I might have an occasional Sunday vlog. If you would, do those things. It's free, and I love to have you here. I hope you're taking care of yourself. This is an insane time. Please make sure you, if you are in the US and legally can, make sure you are registered to vote so you can, you know, be part of our democracy, and do your research. Be an educated voter, of course. Make sure you're checking in with people. We're still in this pandemic, so make sure you're taking care of yourself mentally, physically, but also others. You're checking in. Thank you for hanging out. Take care of yourself. Wash your hands, wear a mask, do all the things, and I'll see you on the next one. You're gonna lick your butt because you stink, I'm sure. Yeah. No, did they recommend size up or size down? I don't remember. What size are these? Oh yeah, I understand, especially at the beginning.